What do you see now?
Yeah, now we see the slide actually again. Yeah.
Okay. Vinayaka namastubhyam satatam modaka priya nirvignam kuru no deva sarvakaryeshu sarvada saraswati namastubhyam varade kamarupini vidyarambham karishyamaha siddhir bhavatu no sada gurur brahma gurur vishnu gurur devo maheshwaraha guru sakshat param brahma tasmai shri gurave namaha. Śrīrāma Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattuliyam Ramanama Varanane Apadam Apahartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokabhiramam Śrīrāmam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham Ramaya Rama Bhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha Śrīrāghavam daśarathatmajam aprameyam Sītāpatim Raghukulan Vajaratnadīpam Ājānubāhum Aravindadalayataaksham Ramam Nishāchara Vināshakaram Namāmi Shri Raghurama Charu Tulasi Daladhama Shamakshama Adishringāra Gunabhirama Trijagannuta Shaurya Ramalalama Durvaru Kabandha Rakshasa Virama Jagajjana Kalmasharnavottara Kanama Bhadragiri Daśarathi Karunapayonidhi Anjaneya Matipatalananam Kanchanadri Kamaniya Vigraham Parijata Tarumula Vasinam Bhavayami Pavamananandanam Yatra Yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam Tatra Tatra Kratamastakanjalim Bashpavari Paripurnalochanam Marutim Namata Rakshasantakam Buddhir Balam Yashodhairyam Nirbhayatvamarogata Ajadyam Vakpatutvancha Hanumat Smaranad Bhavet Kujantam Rama Rameti Madhuram Madhuraksharam Aruhya Kavita Shakham Vande Valmiki Kokilam. Sarvebhyo Namaskaraha. Adyatana Panchangam, August 27th, 2022. Shubhakranama Samvatsare Dakshinayane Varshato Bhadrapadamase Shuklapakshe Pratipattithihi. Bhadrapadamasa is starting from today for the Amanta style. Pratipad Tithi till 5:15 a.m. tomorrow morning. Sthiravasraha Magha Nakshatram till 10:56 a.m. followed by Purva Phalguni Nakshatram. Shiva Yogaha till 4:37 p.m. followed by Siddha Yoga. Kimstugna Karanam. Actually, it is running from the previous night. So it is going till 4:48 p.m. followed by Bhava Karanam, which is coinciding with the Tithi, ending till 5:15 a.m. followed by Balava Karanam. Sarvebhyaha Suprabhatam. Next share. So we just started the Dvitiya Sarga, right? Last time, if you remember, we completed all the gunas and we just started the second Sarga, where Daśaratha has invited all the Rajas, all the representatives of various states of the world as a Parishat and is proposing his yauvarāja-abhiṣeka. And today we will see what a beautiful democracy that was. I mean, effective, most functional democracy. Tatah parishadam sarvam.
Tatah parishadam sarvam.
Amantriya vasudhādhipaha.
Amantriya vasudhādhipaha.
Hitam uddharshanam chaivam.
Hitam uddharshanam chaivam.
Uvacha pratitham vachaha.
Uvacha pratitham vachaha.
So Tatah parishadam sarvam parishadam amantriya. After inviting the entire parishad, parishad means cabinet or committee or group of responsible people with a common purpose. Parishad, that's what we say, Vishwa Hindu Parishad. That means a group of karyakartas who are wanting to establish Hindu Dharma in the world, Vishwa Hindu Parishad. So, Tataha Parishadam Sarvam Amantriya, by inviting the entire Parishad, Vasudhadhipaha, head of the entire Vasudha, which is daśaratha, Hitam Uddharshanam Prathitam Vachaha Cha Evam Uvacha. Evam, thus, having invited all of them, he Uvacha, Vasudhadhipaha, Evam Uvacha. What did he say? Prathitam Hitam Uddharshanam Vachaha. Hitam Uddharshanam. Uddharshati stands up. One which stands up the hitam, the welfare of the people. That means one which highlights the welfare of the people. That kind of a speech he has started or said. Prathitam. Prathitam is something that is going on in his mind. Prathitam sarvajana bhavyam. It also means sarvajana bhavyam, one that is also felt by everyone. So people are also realizing that, and his intentions are also coinciding with it. That is prathitam vachaha. So prathitam hitam uddharshanam vachaha vasudhadipaha sarvam parishadam amantriya uvacha. That's how the vakyam goes of that line, of that shloka. Dundhubhisvara kalpena.
Dundhubhisvara kalpena.
Gambhirena anunadina.
Gambhirena anunadina.
Swarena mahata raja.
Swarena mahata raja.
Jimuta ivanadayan.
Jimuta ivanadayan.
So, Dundubhihi ityadi shlokadvima. Dundubhir and bheri. Ityukte bheri. Bheri is dhun, dhun, dhun iti. Dundubhihi. Dundubhihi iva. Sorry. Just give me a second. Very good. Hari Om, can you hear me?
Yes, Bhagaji.
Yes, Bhagaji.
So his speech, the confidence or the zeal of his speech sounded like Dundhubihi Swarakalpena, just as Dundhubi would sound. Gambhirena anunadina swarena mahata raja jimuta ivanadayan. Actually, these two slokas should go together. Raja lakshana yuktena kantena anupamena cha Kantena anupamena cha Uvacha rasayuktena Swarena nrupatin nrupan. So nrupatihi kidrisha swarena dundubhihi swarakalpena mahata dundubhi swarakalpena gambhirena anunadina swarena jimuta ivanadayan. Jimuta is megha, that too dense, thick meghas. When such clouds roar with thunder, whatever is that deep bass sound going to be, with that kind of deep bass sound, filled with joy, filled with ecstasy, confidence, anxiety, all of those feelings. With such feelings, Rajalakshana Yuktena, at the same time, with the qualities of a Raja. Not like that, but at the same time keeping that posture, composed posture of a Raja. Rajalakshana Yuktena, that sound which is also with the Rajalakshanas, with the Raja's qualities. Kantena Anupamena cha, also with the light. I mean, how can sound have light? Well, that is why it is said, Jimuta ivanadayan. Just as the cloud has, when it talks or when it roars with light and sound, light and sound effect. So also, Anupamena Kantena, Anupama, Upama, simile, Anupama, without a simile, without a comparison. Even though he is taking the comparison of Jimuta, he is saying the Kanti is Anupama. Kanti of Daśaratha's glowing face is Anupama. No comparison to his happiness, to his anxiety, to all those feelings that he has. The happiness, the confidence, the anxiety, the future that he is looking up to, all of those feelings together has put a big glow in his face, an uncomparable face, glow in his face. So Rajalakshana Yuktena Kantena Anupamena cha Uvacha Rasayuktena Svarena. Rasayuktam. Not a dry speech. It is with rasa. Rasa means both summary and also the essence. It gives the sweet. The rasam is rasovai Vishnu. It also says. Veda also says rasa is Vishnu. What is?
Rasovai saha.
Rasovai saha. Correct. Rasovai saha. So that saha, Bhagavan, is described as rasaha. The essence, the gist of everything is he. That's what we say in Veda. Rasovai saha. So rasayuktena means that such divine speech or summarized speech, giving the essence of whatever he has to convey, most absolute, yet precise and concise. So that is rasayuktena svarena. So his speech is not dry like that, but it is going to generate interest in everybody. So that is rasayuktena svarena. So rasayuktena svarena, dundhubi swarakalpena, gambhirena, Jimuta ivanadayan anunadina mahata svarena, Rajalakshana yuktena, Anupamena kantena cha, Nrupatihi, Nrupan uvacha. The king has addressed all the kings of the Parishat. Nrupan, Bahuvachana Dvitiya Vibhakti. So he is addressing all the kings of the Parishat. Who? Nrupatihi himself. Nrupatihi Nrupan uvacha. What did he say? Viditam bhavatam etat.
Viditam bhavatam etat.
Yatha me rajyamuttamam.
Yatha me rajyamuttamam.
Purvakair mama rajendraihi.
Purvakair mama rajendraihi.
Sutavat paripalitam.
Sutavat paripalitam.
Sohamikshvakubhih sarvaihi.
Sohamikshvakubhih sarvaihi.
Narendraih pratipalitam.
Narendraih pratipalitam.
Shreyasa yoktumichhami.
Shreyasa yoktumichhami.
Sukharham akhilam jagat.
Sukharham akhilam jagat.
That is the first part of his speech. What did he say? Bhavatam etat yatha viditam. I think just as you might know, or just as you all know, yatha bhavatam etad viditam. Viditam means already known, past tense. Just as it is probably known by all of you, not probably, just as it is known by all of you, yatha bhavatam etad viditam, me mama purvakaihi rajendraihi sutavat paripalitam rajyam. This rajyam, this state, this country or this state, mama purvakaihi, by my predecessors, by my ancestors, rajendraihi, the best of the rajas, rajendraihi, sutavat paripalitam rajyam. Paripalitam means brought up, raised, taken care of. Paripalanam, right? We think ruling. No. It is sutavat paripalitam. See, a mother also does palana, lalana, palana, we say, right? Of children and state also, because that's what we said. Prajaha means children. Citizens are king's children. So, paripalanam is samanam. So, sutavat paripalitam rajyam. These are very, very, very important, important notes that we have to make. And if there are good writers among us, or if you know good writers, let us promote them about all these great, unique, time immemorial, but required qualities of a successful state, of a successful ruling, of a successful leader, of a well-wishing leader, of a well-established state. Right? These are the qualities. Sutavat paripalitam rajyam. And conscious of his ancestors and predecessors who have ruled it, like Rajendraha, like the Indras of Raja. Indra is head of all the suras, of all the gods. Likewise, Rajendra, Indra of all Rajas. By such Rajendraihi sutavat paripalitam rajyam. My state, this state, me rajyam, my this state, uttamam, the best state that I am the king of, has been ruled like a child is ruled as has been raised or has been taken care of, as a child is taken care of, with so much consciousness, with so much love, with so much dedication and commitment. My ancestors have ruled this state. That's the most underlying important line. We all should proudly talk about our kings. Hey, this is not the democracy that is a kind of a thing that is required. We want a loving head of the state who loves and takes care of us like children. Doesn't matter whether it is democracy, give it any name, doesn't matter. What we want is a pitruvat neta who will rule us sutavat paripalitam. Right? Sutavat paripalitam pitruvat raja avishakam. So sutavat paripalitam, that kind of the rajyam that we have, yata bhavadbhihi bhavatam etad viditam, just as you know it. Soham, such me, who have inherited it from them, ikshvakubhihi, that I have inherited from the Ikshvakus, my lineage of ancestors. Sarvaihi narendraihi pratipalitam, that which has been ruled by all the Narendras, Rajendras, Narendras, who are my ancestors from the Ikshvaku dynasty, that have ruled this like, that have taken care of the state like a child. Shreyasa yoktum ichhami. Nishreyasa. For Swainsavaks here, we say, that's why we, in our Prarthana, most important word which comes directly from Ramayanam, so many times uttered. Shreyasa, Shreyas. Samutkarshostuno nityam nishreyasa samanvitaha, we say, right? So in Shreyas, that is important. So Daśaratha also is talking about Shreyasa, with Shreyas. With Shreyas of this state, of this Rajyam, Sukhar, Akhilam Jagat Sukharham Yoktum Ichchami. I would like to Yoktum, means I would like to associate, or I would like to appoint somebody. Appoint as in Yoktum is Yojana Kartum. I would like to make an arrangement of the next head of the state, who will give Sukharham, who is worthy of providing Sukham, who is eligible and of course, and hence worthy, Arha, Sukharham, Akhilam Jagat Sukharham, who can give Sukham to the entire universe, entire world, entire creation, or entire consciousness. Jagat is about Jagrat. In fact, Jaga, that's also an acronym. Ja.ga. Jayate Gacchati, they say. Jayate is born, Gacchati is gone. Born and gone, born and gone, born and gone, several cycles. That is called Jagat. So, which is the material thing, but that has consciousness in it. So, the entire such creation, which is born and is still existing, which is not yet gone, such Jagat, Sarvam, Akhilam Sukharham, Shreyasa Yoktum Ichchami. By seeking the welfare of this entire earth, I would like to appoint the one who can give happiness and pleasure for the entire world. Such a one I would like to propose, so that the continuity of that great care that was taken by my ancestors and by me will exist, will continue to exist. So that is the intent that he has expressed. Tell me who in that Parishad will not be happy by listening to such a wonderful speech. Mayapya charitam purvaihi.
Mayapya charitam purvaihi.
Pathanam anugacchata.
Pathanam anugacchata.
No, panthanam anugacchata.
Panthanam anugacchata.
Panthanam anugacchata.
Panthanam anugacchata.
Praja nityam anidrena.
Praja nityam anidrena.
Yatha shakyabhirakshitaha.
Yata shaktir rakshita.
You are reading, don't read, listen and say. So he's saying, such a state which was ruled by my ancestors like that, I also did my best there. Maya api acharitam. I also have done my best in handling, in taking care of this state. Purvaihi panthanam anugacchata. Pantha is path. Panthanaha is the path treaders. Purvaihi, by the same path which was treaded by my ancestors, I too have continued the same path. By that, nityam anidrena prajaha yatha shaktihi abhirakshitaha. I have treaded that same great path that was laid out by my ancestors, who were Narendras, Rajendras, and who have Ikshvakus, and who have taken care of the state with so much love as they would take care of their sons, their children. Such a state, even I have treaded the same path by Yatha Shakti. Yatha Shakti, normally we understand in regional languages as by whatever is possible. It is not that. Shakti is your strength. with all your strength. That is what it means. Yatha Shakti means with all the strength. Normally we think Yatha Shakti means whatever is possible, whatever I can, which means we are bringing in the colloquial usage, Yatha Shakti means, or Yatha Shakti is brought down to minimal potential, to the minimum potential. But in Sanskritam, Yatha Shakti means to the maximum potential, to the highest potential. So to my highest capacity, or to the complete capacity, I have anidrena, nityam anidrena. Nidra, sleep. Nidrena, by sleeping. Anidrena, by not sleeping. Nityam, continuously. That means I have never taken my pleasures by consciously being awake, taking care of the children. And see the similes and the adjectives there. Sutavat paripalitam, raised and handled, taken care of by like children, right? So, how does a mother or a father take care of the child? By not sleeping, right? They keep that, even in America, they keep that beeper sound, what is that called? I don't know. Whoever have raised the children here know it. They have that alarm or something, right? Where if this child cries, then the parents know, even if they are sleeping in a different bedroom, right? Then they go, run, wake and take care of the child. So that means, is that sleeping? It is called anidra, which means sleeping because body is taking rest, but you are consciously prepared to wake up whenever, as and when required, right? So that is the simile there. So anidrena yatha shakti prajaha abhirakshitaha, not just rakshitaha, abhirakshitaha. That means by all aspects they are protected, they are taken care of. Not just by military protection, not just by economic protection, but cultural protection, but religious protection. All aspects, family values, in all aspects, I have taken care of them, just as my ancestors have taken care. So that is how he's starting the speech and saying, such a lineage, such a state, I would like to śrīrāma. I would like to appoint the next one who will continue that lineage, and akhilam jagat sukharham yoktumichhami. And then he is continuing the reason why he wants to now appoint. Idam shariram kritsnasya lokasya charata hitam pandurasya tapatrasya chayayam jaritam maya. So he is saying, idam shariram. Idam shariram, as soon as we hear that, does anyone remember any Bhagavad Gita shloka?
Idam chiram khalu dharma sadhanam.
That's a general Upanishad Vakyam, which Vivekananda quotes often. But from Bhagavad Gita, idam shariram
Shariram yadvapnoti yachhat vikramatishvara grihitva itvana sayyati vayur gandhani vahya. 15th chapter. Shariram yadvapnoti.
Correct. Also in the second one, also idam shariram kaunteya kshetram ityabhidiyate.
Oh, kshetrajna. Oh.
Kshetrajna vibhaga yoga. So idam shariram, no relation, but I just wanted to remind that the way to read is, anytime you read any shloka, any word, we should be able to recollect. Our repository should be filled with so much of our scriptural knowledge that anytime we hear a word, immediately we should recollect some shloka, some Veda Vakyam, Upanishad Vakyam, Apta Vakyam related to it. Then we can really cherish reading such texts. So idam shariram कृत्स्नस्य लोकस्य hitam charata jaritam maya. Jaritam means jara praptam. Jara, we have read 4 stages, we say. What are they? Janma, Jara.
Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Bhaya, Vyadhi.
So those are various phases, right? Janma, and then Vardhakyam, and then Jara. Jara is when slowly the decay state starts. The life is like the bell curve, right? Starts with almost a bubble and then boom, 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 grows, stays there for a while nicely, and then starts quickly decaying. The decay part is Jara. So the Jaritam Maya. So now my body is decaying. Under what? Why is it decaying? Under what? Under Asya Atapat Panduratapatasya Atapatrasya Chayayam. Atapatram. Atapatram means the Chatram.
Chatra.
Atapaha. Tapaha is sunlight or heat.
Sunlight.
Atapaha is continuous heat from sun.
Atapat.
Atapat trayate iti atapatra. So one that protects you from that heat is atapatra, which is typically an umbrella. Chatram. So atapatrasya chayayam. Under the shadow of that atapatras chaya, my Jara. What does that mean? Chhatrapati, we say, right? Chhatrapati means one who has that Chatram, the emperor who has that Chatram. By holding the responsibility of that emperorhood, of that kingship, continuously working for the state, Pandurasya. Pandura is
White.
White. Under the white Chhatrapati, under the white Chhatra, meaning under the responsibility of being under that Chhatra, Chaya. For what? Kritsnasya lokasya hitam. Kritsnam is entire. Loka is world. Hitam is welfare. By seeking charata, charata is charati, charannasti, charata, tritiya vibhakti, shatra pratyaya. Which means by continuously moving for the welfare of the entire world under the otherwise called shadow, but the burden of the responsibility of the white umbrella, which is equivalent to the emperorhood. Idam śrīrāma jaritam. This body has decayed. That means I've worked so hard for the protection, welfare of the state, at least as much as my ancestors have done. So my body has jaritam. Maya charata idam śrīrāma jaritam. So if we take the Anvaya Vakyam of this, asya kritsnasya lokasya hitam hitam pandurasyatapatra chayayam charata maya idam śrīrāma jaritam. That's how the Anvayam of it comes. That means for the sake of the welfare of this entire world, continuously moving or acting under the burden of the shadow or shade of the white umbrella of the emperorhood, my body has become old now. Prapya varsha sahasrani.
प्राप्य वर्षसहस्राणि
बहुन्यायुंषि जीवतः
बहुन्यायुंष जीवतः
जीर्णस्यास्य शरीरस्य
जीर्णस्यास्य शरीरस्य
विश्रान्तिमभिरोचये.
विश्रान्तिमभिरोचये.
He's now saying Vishrantim. Vishranti. I want rest now. I want to rest now. I worked so hard for this state and I want to rest now. Vishrantim abhirochaye. I'm wishing rest for me. I'm seeking rest. Means I'm seeking retirement. In a way he's saying, I'm seeking retirement. Vishrantim abhirochaye. Why? Retirement, rest of what? Of jirnasya sharirasya, of this aging body. I would like to seek rest of the aging body, or seek rest for the aging body. Why, or why is it aging, or how is it aging? Varsha sahasra bahuni Varsha sahasrani ayumshi prapya jivataha. Having lived jivataha, having lived bahuni ayumshi, several ages, because he has lived, normally if we take 100 years as one life cycle, he has lived 60,000 years. So bahuni ayumshi, several ages having lived, prapya varsha sahasrani, having obtained thousands of years. So having obtained the age of thousands of years, having lived several ages, this I would like to now seek rest for this aging body. That is what he is saying.
जीवतः चरता इति शत्रु प्रत्ययस्य अस्ति वा?
चरता इति शत्रु तृतीया, जीवतः इति शत्रु षष्ठी. राजप्रभावजुष्टां च दुर्वहाम् अजितेन्द्रियैः. दुर्वाहम् अजितेन्द्रियैः सत्यं.
दुर्वाहम् अजितेन्द्रियैः
परिश्रान्तोऽस्मि लोकस्य गुर्वीं धर्मधुरं वहन्. So राजप्रभावजुष्टां च दुर्वाहम् अजितेन्द्रियैः परिश्रान्तः अस्मि लोकस्य धर्मधुरं गुर्वीं वहन्. गुर्वीं धर्मधुरं वहन्, लोकस्य गुर्वीं धर्मधुरं वहन्, राजप्रभावजुष्टां गुर्वीं धर्मधुरं वहन्, अजितेन्द्रियैः दुर्वाहम्. And I don't like to translate at all. I want to enjoy it in Sanskritam only. And if all of us can also be enjoying in Sanskritam like that. Aha. Okay, so aham asmi. Aham, how am I? Lokasya, of the world, ajitendriyaihi durvaham. Ajitendriya. Jitendriya, ajitendriyaihi. Ajitendriyaihi durvaham. Even by those who have won over all their senses, by them also durvaham. It is very difficult to vahati. Vahati is to bear. Durvaham, one to handle or to bear the burden of this world. Tough to bear the hand, tough to handle this world, even by all those who have conquered their senses. Ajitendriyaihi durvaham dharmadhuram. means to keep up the glory of the dharma, to keep up the chastity of dharma. Dharma dhuram rajaprabhava jushtam. Jushtam is living or winning by rajaprabhava, with the effect of the ruling, rajaprabhava jushtam, because of the effect or because of the result of ruling, by which otherwise is difficult and challenging even by those who have conquered all their senses. Such a heavy gurvim, gurum, gurvim. So gurvim rajaprabhava jushtam dharmadhuram vahan parishrantosmi. By bearing this burden of ruling, giving result oriented ruling of this world, in a dharma upkeeping manner, which seems to be heavy burden. Guru is heavy, gurutvam is heavy. So gurvim rajaprabhava jushtam, with that heavy burden of ruling with all dharma consciousness, dharma upkeeping consciousness, parishrantaha asmi. I am now very tired. He's declaring all of that. Soham vishramamichhami.
Soham vishramamichhami.
Putram krutva prajahite.
Putram krutva prajahite.
Sannikrishtāniman sarvan. Sannikrishtāniman sarvan.
Sannikrishtāniman sarvan.
Sarvan. Anumanya dvijarshabhan.
Anumanya dvijarshabhan.
So he is saying, Soham, such me. Soham, this is a very, again, Vedic usage, right? Soham, saha, aham. But here, in this context, it is the same usage. It is the same phrase that is used, but slightly context here is saha, aham. There normally in Vedic context, when we say Soham, saha is that saha, rasovai saha, that saha, tat saha. But here, Soham, such me, who have taken that burden of ruling this entire earth, anidrena, all of that burden, right? So that me, which means that thus tired me, Soham vishramamichhami. I would now like to retire. Vishrama. Vishrama is Vishrama, we say, right? Vishrama is at ease. I would like to be at ease now. Vishramamichhami. How? Prajahite putram kritva. For the welfare of the state, of the citizens. Putram sannikrishtan iman sarvan dvijarshabhan anumanya putram kritva. I would, by making my son as the next successor, putram prajahite, that too prajahite, in the welfare of the citizens, or in the welfare of the children or the citizens. Sannikrishtan, nikrishtan, samyak nikrishtan. Samyak nikrishtan iman sarvan dvijarshabhan anumanya. Dvijarshabha is all the Dvijas. Dvija is all the, let's take it as all the learned scholars. So Rajya Sabha. Each person, stalwarts of various fields, right? That is Rajya Sabha, right? Best sportsmen, best singers, best actors, best poets, best scientists, all of them make our Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha is
Yeshu Rishabha.
Dvijanam Rishabha, Dvijarshabha, Dvijarshabha, the best of the stalwarts of the learned people. And the adjectives given to them is Sarvan Iman Sannikrishtan Sarvan Dvijarshabhan. Those who have come here, all the learned advisories who have come here, Sarvan Anumanya, with regards to all of them, paying due regards to all of them in the welfare of the citizens and people, I would like to hand it off to my son and retire.
Sannikrishta is those who are assembled. Sannikrishta.
Krishta is those who are attracted, which means those who have come there, come together there. All the learned scholars who have come together there, with all due regards to them. So that means, see the beauty of it. It is not just political power. They were all, for us, political power and knowledgeable, wise people always were working hand in hand gloves or whatever it is called, working hand in hand, working together. They always respect the learned people. So Dvijarshabhan Sannikrishtan Iman Sarvan Dvijarshabhan Anumanya Prajahite Putram Kritva Soham Vishramam Ichchami. That is the Anvaya Vakyam for it. Anujato himam sarvaihi.
Anujato himam sarvaihi.
Gunaihi sreshto mamatmajaha.
Gunai shrestho mamatmaja.
Purandara samo virye.
Purandaro samo virye.
Rama parapuranjayaha.
Rama parapuranjayaha.
Tam chandramiva pushyena.
Tam chandramiva pushyena.
Yuktam dharma bhrutam varam.
Yuktam dharma yuktam varam.
Yuktam dharma bhrutam varam.
Yuktam dharma bhrutam varam.
Yauvarāja niyuktasmi.
Yauvarāja niyuktasmi.
Pratah purusha pungavam.
Prata purusha pungavam.
So he's saying, why that putram prajahite krutva? Is he really eligible for it? So he's saying, and in the previous chapter he has thought and contemplated all 95 qualities that substantiate and make Rama eligible and worthy to be his successor, right? So with all those qualities in mind, he is now saying, why putram kritva? Anujataha mam. He is born after me. Anu is follow or after. Anukaran means somebody does and we do behind, we do after him. That is Anukaranam. Anujataha, somebody is born after him is Anujataha. That means he succeeded me. He is born after me. Anujataha mam sarva gunaihi mamatmajaha anujataha he. He is of course born after me. That means he is much younger than me. Mama atmajaha sarva gunaihi sreshtaha. My son, in all qualities, in all characters, he is sreshtaha, he is the best. Mam hi anujataha, mama atmajaha sarva gunaihi sreshtaha. All right. First reason I said is he is younger than me. So obviously makes sense to have a younger guy ruling. And sarva gunaihi mama atmajaha sreshtaha. My son is also the best in all qualities. And so how? If I say that, is that sufficient? I have to give some examples. Virye purandara samaha. in the strength, in the power. He is like Purandara, like Indra. Indra with Vajrayudha is the head of all gods. So also my son is similar to him in his strength and valor. Virye Purandara Samaha Ramaha Parapuranjayaha. Paraha is here others, which means enemies. Paranam Puran Jayati iti Parapuranjayaha. One who wins the empires and kingdoms and cities of all enemies is Parapuranjayaha. He is such one. That means he can expand our kingdom and, get rid of the enemies. That's what is my son capable of. Parapuranjayaha. Tam, that Rama, Pushyena Yuktam Chandram Iva. That Rama, who is seeming like Pushyena Yuktam Chandram, with Pushya Nakshatram. Pushya Nakshatram is my Nakshatram. So, just as moon looks very significant on the Pushya Nakshatra day or night, so also this Rama looks so significantly different or unique. Tam Pushyena Yuktam Chandram Iva Dharma Bhrutam Varam. Dharma Bhrata. Those who bear dharma are Dharma Bhrataha. Dharma Bhrataha is one who bears dharma. Bharati iti Bhrataha. Bharati means one who contains or bears, holds dharma. Dharma Bhrutam Varam. Best of all such people who hold dharma. And such Rama, who is like in poetic simile, like the moon in the Pushya Nakshatra day, the night. Such Ramam, yauvarāja-abhiṣeka. I am going, niyokta is one lakara, which is indicating future tense, immediate future tense. Niyoktasmi, that means I am going to appoint him in yauvarāja, as yauvarāja. Kada, when? Prataha. He is addressing them today, probably evening or afternoon. And he is saying Prataha, very next morning. Very next morning, Purusha Pungavam. Abba. Purusha Pungava is the best adjective, right? Always given. Pungava. Pungava itself is Gava is cow, right? Purusha Pungava is the ox. Vrishabha, bull, ox. Ox is not only strong, it does all the cultivation for us, and also is the representation of dharma. On 4 legs, it stands firm on the 4 pillars, 4 legs of dharma. So, Vrishabha is the representation of dharma, and hence that is the Vahanam of Shiva, Bhagavan. And that is always facing Shiva, which means dharma is always God facing or divine facing or supreme facing. That is dharma, which is personified and represented in the form of Vrishabha, which is also Pungava. Pung is male cow, which is ox or Vrishabha. Purusha Pungava. So because that is the best, Nandi is the best, or Vrishabha is the best. And so Purusha Pungava, the best ox of all the men, is that Rama. And such Rama, Prataha yauvarāja-niyokta asmi. I am going to appoint him in the morning. That means tomorrow morning, I am going to appoint him in Yauvarāja. And we all know the story, right? Story is one part, but understanding and analyzing and seeing the beauty of the times and the principles and the policies, protocols, which are time immemorial and required forever. right? The same style of Rajya is required even today. So, Anurupaha Savo Natho.
Anurupaha Savo Natho.
Lakshmivan Lakshmanagrajaha.
Lakshmivan Lakshmanagrajaha.
Trailokyamapi Nathena.
Trailokyamapi Nathena.
Yena Syan Nathavattaram.
Yena Syan Nathavattaram.
Saha Anurupaha Vaha Nathaha Lakshmivan Lakshmanagrajaha Trailokyamapi Yena Nathena Syat Nathavattaram. So actually we can also continue with the next shloka to make the complete sentence, but let's take the meaning now. Anurupaha. Anurupaha means following the form, which means if he is like
Eligible. Eligible, worthy of.
Worthy of, eligible, because if he is of that form, which means if you think he is right, which means if you think he is eligible. Anurup Vaha means of, by you, of you, for you all. Vaha is Yushmat Bahuvachanam. If you all find him eligible. Find whom? Find him eligible as what? As Nathaha. If you all find him as eligible to be the Natha. Natha is, what's the best way to say? Natha. Lord and all is, they all give wrong meanings because of the colloquial current usages. But as the, let's take it as father. That's the best meaning. I mean, because the implicit meaning is that. So Lord and all is not the right one. So if you all find him as the fatherly figure, then, and what kind of him? Lakshmivan, one who has Lakshmi with him. And what is Lakshmi? Again, all the positive qualities are put together, defined as Lakshmi. So Lakshmi starts with Shuchihi, Dhairyam, all the Ashtanga Yamas that are listed are all Lakshmi qualities. Satyam, Ruju, Shuchihi, Vidhihi, Shaucham, all of these together is Lakshmi qualities. The moment we hear Lakshmi, most of us, ordinary folks, uneducated as in uneducated in the dharma, such folks think Lakshmi means only money. Money, currency, wealth. But Lakshmi, that is a byproduct that naturally comes if we live all these qualities that Lakshmi represents, which is starting with cleanliness, discipline, proper food, proper sleep, proper sharirika, manasika tapas, swadhyaya, all of these qualities. If we live like that, hey, wealth automatically will come. It's a byproduct. It will naturally come, right? So Lakshmi Puja is about living all these qualities. Stotram, putting a mala there, putting 1,000 petals or 1,000 lotuses is all one kriya, that is fine. But understanding what is Lakshmi defined, and hence she is always with Vishnu, the Supreme. What does God like? God likes those qualities. That is essentially what it means. If you see the tattva, when we say Lakshmi is anapayini, means never leaving even a moment away from him. It's called anapayini. Apayini is away. Anapayini, never leaves him. Why? Because those are the qualities that Vishnu likes. Those are the qualities that Bhagavan represents. Those are the qualities that are of the divine, of the Supreme. And hence, Lakshmi Puja means understanding those qualities and living those qualities. So, Lakshmivan, and Rama is one who has Lakshmi. One who has money is Dhanavan. One who has Dhanam is Dhanavan. One who has Lakshmi is Lakshmivan. That means he is the one who has all these Lakshmi qualities with him as his own self, as his own embodiment. Such Lakshmivan, who is Lakshmanagrajaha. Lakshmivan, immediately Valmiki remembers, oh, Lakshmi, Lakshmana. So immediately he puts that adjective. Lakshmivan, who is the brother, elder brother of Lakshmana, Lakshmanagrajaha. Sometimes he says Bharatagrajaha. When he remembers Bharata, especially from the quality of Bharata is Bharati, Yaha Saha Bharataha. Several meanings can be given, several vyutpattis, but one who holds the love for his brother Rama is Bharata. So when he talks about that intimate relation, intimacy or respect, he remembers Bharatagrajaha. When he talks about Lakshmivan, Lakshmanagrajaha. Trailokyam api yena nathena syat. So Trailokyam api yena nathena syat, Lakshmivan, Lakshmanagrajaha. Saha vaha nathaha anurupahas. So do you all see him? He is addressing this Parishad, right? So he is asking, do you all also see him as the fatherly figure, as Natha of Trailokyam? Then he will be Nathavat Taram. Tara is relative degree. Superlative is Tama. So Nathavat Taraha. He is going to be more than a Natha. If you all believe he is Natha of the Trailokyam, trust me, he is going to be more than that. Nathavat Taram. Better, Nathar, Lorder, if I can say that. Lord, Lorder, Lordest. Something like that. So Nathavat Taram. If you all believe that, then he is continuing. Anena Shreyasa Sadhyaha.
Anena
Shreyasa
Sadhyaha.
Anena Shreyasa Sadhya.
Samyokshyeham imam mahim.
Samyukshemam imam mahim.
Gataklesho bhavishyami.
Gataklesho bhavishyami.
Sute tasmin niveshyavai.
Sute tasmin nimeshyavai.
So anena means with this, by this. Anena Shreyasa, with this welfare that I am seeking, with this well wishes, with this good wishes. Sadhyaha, instantly, this moment, today. Samyokshye, I am going to appoint him. Samyak yokshye, yojayami, samyokshye. In yojayami is present tense, samyokshye is future tense. Sadhyaha, today itself, which means for tomorrow, I am making this announcement today, that tomorrow I shall, in the future tense. Samyokshe imam mahim aham. This earth, this land, I am going to, appoint for him, or nominate, or, offer, submit to him. Samyokshe imam mahim aham. And by that, how shall I be? Gata kleshaha bhavishyami. I shall be ridden of all kleshas, of all troubles, or of all anxieties. Gata kleshaha, of all complexities. I shall be relieved of all the burden-based complexities, challenges, anxieties, etc. Sute tasmin niveshya vai, by putting my son into it. Niveshaya, niveshya is nivesha, pravesha. By letting him enter into this role of the head of the state, I will be ridden of all the complexities and challenges. yadidam menu roopartham
Yadidam menu partham
maya sadhu sumantritam
maya sadhu sumantritam
don't read. You are unable to read the text there. Sumantritam bhavanto menu manyantam katham va
karavanyaham.
So he is saying, yat idam me anurupartham maya sadhu sumantritam bhavantah me anumanyantam katham va karavanyaham. So he is concluding his speech with that question. He is saying, yat me anurupartham idam maya sadhu sumantritam bhavantaha anumanyantam. May you all also stamp the regards for it, which means stamp your approval for it. If you all can also approve my reasoning, my reason, my analysis and substantiation of identifying Rama as the next successor, anurupartham, of his eligibility, maya sadhu sumantritam. Mantritam means mananam kratam. That means consulted. I thought thoroughly, and I've also consulted my people. So sumantritam, mantranam samyak kratam. Thoroughly consulted, thoroughly counseled, thoroughly discussed this proposal. If you sadhu, good. If you all bhavantaha anumanyantam, may you all approve it. And also katham va karavanyaham, and see the beauty of the of our processes, of our acharas. I might decide everything. I might have thought about everything, and I wish that, and I want it. But I still present it in a way as if I'm seeking their opinion, as if I'm seeking their guidance. Even though I'm the head of the state, even though I'm the head of the world, in spite of that, I'm seeking everyone's consult. I'm consulting everyone. That is the beauty we have to learn from Ramayanam. Story we know, right? But what should we learn from here? These speeches, these approaches, these thought processes, and these facts of how they have ruled, how our ancestors have raised and taken care of, not ruled. Ruled is not the right word. How they have taken care of us. These are the things to learn from by reading Ramayanam in this detail. Story, anywhere we can get. Amar Chitrakatha also will get this story. That is not what we want. We as adults want this. So, katham va karavani, how can I, kaise kar sakunga ji? How shall I now, what should I do next? How shall I enable this? How shall I make this happen? This is my wish. I am proposing it. But can you all guide me? How shall I make this happen? Which means I'm saying I'll do it tomorrow. But at the same time, I'm also asking, how shall I make it happen? Which means when, what, how, all these questions I want you to answer for me. 8:32, okay. We will conclude it. We can't go that far. But anyway, we'll see one or two more shlokas. Because we should learn this not technique, but we should learn this approach of presenting it to anyone, this approach. Even I have to learn it. Personally, I have to learn it a lot. Even though I've made up the decision, most often I present it as my decision. No, we should present it as my proposal and seek everyone's consultation, everyone's opinion there. Very, very important. Inside the family, inside an organization, inside companies, etc., work, everywhere we should follow this.
sorry to disturb. If you see in our Sangha also, when we do next promotion, Bhajyata, right? This is the exact way we follow.
Entire Sangha Karya Paddhati is this. Consciously or unconsciously, that is there in our DNA, and we want to keep the DNA, so we follow it that way.
Yeah.
For example, any decision, right, in Baitak, before the Baitak itself, the Karyavaha might have consulted and spoken with all the, pramukhs on the topics that he's going to discuss. And in the Baitak, he presents it again, right, seeking everybody's inputs. But most of it is already thought by Karyavaha or whoever is the Vishay Pramukh that he is presenting there. He has thought about it. He has already spoken with most of the Karyavas before itself. But in the Baitak, formally, we still present, we seek opinions. Exactly the same way. Yeah? Correct. So he's again saying, Yadyapyesha mama pritihi. Others also say, Varaprasadji. Let me hear you, Varaprasadji. You never...
Jai śrīrāma.
Jai śrīrāma. Repeat this shloka. Yadyapyesha mama pritihi.
Yadyapyesha mama pritihi.
Hitam anyad vichintyatam.
Hitam anyad vichintyatam. Vichintyatam. Anyamadhyastha chintatu.
Vimardabhyadekodaya.
Vimardabhyadhikodaya.
Vimardabhyadekodaya. Vimardabhyadhikodaya. You're right. Vimardabhyadhikodaya.
In Telugu, it is written like Vimardabhyadhikodaya.
Adhikodaya. Vimardabhyadhikodaya. Vimardabhyadhikodaya. Correct. So he is again now saying, Yadyapi esha mama pritihi. Even though this is my wish, this is my desire. Yadyapi esha mama pritihi. Even though this is my loving, this is my loving desire. This is my wish. Hitam anyad vichintyatam. A parishad, may you all, if there is anyat hitam, if there is another, welfare, or if there is another wish, vichintyatam, may you all please think and, come up. If there is another way this welfare can be sought by, please think about it, or please discuss. Vichintyatam, may you all discuss significantly, especially about this. Brainstorm, think further. Of course, I am presenting this out of probably, even though I am presenting it out of my own love for Rama, if you all think there is a better way to achieve this welfare of the people, please think about it. That is the way of presentation. See, anyat hitam vichintyatam. If there is another hitam, if there is another way, another welfare, another means to that welfare, please think of it. If you have another alternative, please think of it. That is what he is saying. If there are other alternatives, please think. And he is also addressing them, who all to think about. He is saying, Anya madhyastha chintatu vimarda abhyadhikaodaya. So, Anya madhyastha chintaha. Madhyastha chinta. So those with madhyastha chinta. Madhyastha chinta means unbiased, moderated, or in the centered. See, I am extreme probably because he is my son and I love him so much. So I could be biased on one end. Well, there could be others who are my opponents who might be on the other end saying no. But I am addressing the majority of the centered people, right-centered people. Anya madhyastha chintaha, those whose thoughts are unbiased to the center, to the general welfare of the people, for the general welfare of all of the kings. Unbiased. Anya madhyastha chintatu vimarda. Vimarda is vimarda. I just want to get the exact word here. Vimarda. Where is it? Vimardena purvapara paksha sangrahena. Vimarda means purva apara paksha sangharshana. Vimarda means debate thoroughly, both by the proponents and opponents. Purva paksha, apara paksha, parapaksha, apara paksha. Purva apara paksha sangharshena is vimarda. Abhyadikodaya, by udaya. Udaya means by arising, by rising. Abhyadikam, by raising more welfare, by seeking more welfare, kindly debate both on pros and cons of my proposal, and come up with any alternatives if there is anything better for you, for others. That is what Daśaratha is proposing. Iti bruvantam muditaha.
Iti bruvantam muditaha.
Pratyanandan rupah rupam.
Pratyanandan rupam.
Vrishtimantam mahamegham.
Vrishtimantam mahamedham.
Nardanta iva barhinaha.
Nardanta iva barhinaha.
Snigdhodananunada snigdhonunada sanjagne.
Snigdhodunada sanjagne.
Tato harsha samiritaha.
Tato harsha samiritaha.
Janogodghushta sannado.
Janodghodushta sannado.
Medinim kampayanniva.
Medinim kampayanniva.
So iti bruvantam, thus spoken by Daśaratha. Muditaha nrupaha nrupam pratyanandan. All the kings in Nrupaha, nrupam unto, means in English, all the kings have congratulated the king. So there is no form change of the word. Vibhakti rupam, vibhakti transformation doesn't happen in English. But nrupaha, muditaha, nrupaha, nrupam pratyanandan. They have all did abhinandan. They have all congratulated the king. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations, Daśaratha. Fantastic proposal. Nrupaha sarve muditaha. That too, all of them are delighted, happy. All the happy kings, pleased kings have congratulated the king. Actually, one sentence stops there. But the next 1.5 shloka is in a way, 841, yeah, is in a way the poetic description of how the people are happy, of how happy the people are. Vrishtimantam mahamegham barhinaha iva snigdhonunadaha sanjagne tato harsha samiritaha. So barhinaha is barhi pinchanga chudangam krishnam mande jagadgurum, we say. What is barhi? I gave you the clue also. Barhi pinchang.
Peacock.
Peacock. Barhi is peacock. Barhi pincham is mayura pincham. So barhi is mayura. Mayuraha, just as vrishtimantam mahamegham drishtva. Vrishti is rain. Vrishtimantam is filled with rain. Filled with rain. That means filled with water. By looking at the dense clouds, mahamegham, those thick dense clouds, by looking at them, just as mayuraha nardanti, means they start dancing in joy. We say, right? Just before it rains, the peacocks, they dance, Barihina, they dance. So also, because dance out of joy, out of happiness that, hey, it is going to rain, it is going to shower. So they dance. So also, snigdha, anunadaha, harsha samiritaha. What kind of barhi? It is snigdha, out of love. Snigdha is sneha, out of friendship, which means love, out of love. Snigdha anunadaha sanjagnye. Out of love, all people have echoed, all kings have echoed. Anunadaha sanjagnye. An echo has come out of all the kings. Harsha samiritaha barihinaha iva. Vrishtimantam mahamegham nardantaha harsha samiritaha barihinaha iva. Just like those peacocks which are happily dancing. Harsha samiritaha, filled with harsha, samira, filled with a breeze of happiness. Just as with a breeze of happiness, looking at the dense water-filled clouds, peacocks would dance. So also with all love, a big approval, applaud has echoed from all the kings of that Parishad. And how did that echo come up? Medinim kampayan iva. The entire earth started sort of responding. Kampayan is kampanam. Kampanam means response. The entire earth started responding. So that means on behalf of the entire world, these kings, when they have approved and echoed their pleasure and happiness. Okay, so 18 slokas we have completed today. 8:45 is the time. Anybody Mangala Shlokam?
Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Dhanyawadaha.
Namaste everyone.